Coming up in SVG-TV News and Sports this evening at 7, SVG Police Force hosts annual Carnival Crime Prevention Exhibition as 10-day countdown to Vincy Mas 2026 begins. Rescue teams in Venezuela race to find survivors as earthquake death toll climbs. Scientists race for a new Ebola vaccine as fears grow with a new outbreak in the DRC. And in sports, ICC Women's T20 World Cup Saturday triple header, West Indies New Zealand chase semi-final spot. These and other stories coming up in SVG-TV News and Sports this evening at 7.
Good evening and welcome to SVG-TV News and Sports for Friday, June 26, 2026. I'm Twyla Thompson with the details. With Vincy Mas 2026 now entering its official 10-day countdown, the Carnival Investigation Department of the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force RSVG-PF, in collaboration with the National Commission on Crime Prevention, engaged members of the public today through its annual Carnival Crime Prevention Exhibition. The exhibition was held outside the Central Police Station in Kingstown under the theme, Creating a Culture of Safety and Responsibility. Officer in charge of the CID Assistant Superintendent, Atlan Brown, urged the public to remain safe during this carnival season.
The theme this year is creating a culture of safety and responsibility. Responsibility in the sense that if you go in places, make sure that your homes are secured properly. Don't leave things like your keys under your steps, because a lot of persons do that. They secure their home. When they go away, their keys are under their steps. Persons are maybe looking at you. You never know. So they can take your keys and open the doors, and there may not be any forced entry. They can use your keys to go in easily. Don't leave valuables lying around. If you come into town for Carnival, ensure that you have sufficient gas in your vehicle. Make sure your tires are up and running properly. Ensure that your doors are properly locked if you leave an event to go to a party, for example. Don't leave things like your firearm in the vehicle, because we do get that. Persons, when they go into activities, they would leave their firearms in their vehicle and report it to the police. Now that is sad. Your firearm is to protect you and your other persons and your property.
Crime Prevention Officer Corporal Ryan Barber said the focus is on reducing illegal firearm use, adding that authorities are hoping for a gun-free carnival season.
In a nutshell, what we're promoting is less violence, but greater Vincy Mas culture. We want the general public, the visitors, the locals to enjoy Carnival, however, without the element of crime involved. Hence the reason why we're here today. We're here just spreading a positive message. I'm asking, embrace our culture, embrace the wajang, embrace the calypso, embrace the soca song. However, we're gonna do it in a responsible manner, in a responsible fashion where you come out. I would advise each and everyone who's going to be patrons of Vincy Mas 2026, be vigilant, be aware of your surroundings. Take nothing for granted, take nothing lightly, because your personal security depends on you, on the choices that you make. Failure to protect your own self, it could result in you becoming a victim of crime. And we really don't want you to remember Vincy Mas 2026 as the year you became a victim of crime.
Meanwhile, the RSVG-PF Anti-Trafficking in Persons Unit is also raising awareness about human trafficking and sex tourism, urging the public to remain vigilant.
We know that this is a carnival season, and with all festivals, you have persons coming for sex. Sex tourism is something that happens. We're not saying it happens in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, but we want to bring awareness of that particular crime to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and what we're doing to the general public. So what I would say is that be careful, be mindful. We know that there's a lot of partying going to be taking place throughout this season, especially from today going back to Carnival Tuesday. And you're going to have persons consuming alcohol, be mindful of who you consume these beverages from. One of the things I would advise you is, yes, we have the tobacco policy, but go to the bar, witness that drink being opened up and being poured in that cup and given to you. Because you have persons who will bring drinks to you, but they will slip drugs inside of it. Drugs that will sedate you, drugs that will make you hallucinate. And when you're out of your mind, anything.
Meanwhile, earlier this week on radio, Sergeant Stephen Billy noted that police alone cannot solve the country's crime challenges and urged greater community involvement as Crime Prevention Week continues. Sergeant Billy said the annual Police Carnival Crime Prevention Exhibition is designed to educate the public on crime prevention strategies. He said the event allows residents to interact with officers, learn about policing initiatives, and receive practical tips on protecting themselves and their property.
Well, the team says it, creating a culture of safety and responsibility. The idea I think a lot of our citizens have is that as it relates to crime and solving a prevention of crime, it belongs to the police only. But safety and security begins with each and every one of us. We are responsible, firstly, for our own security. While the state and the police officers are charged with overall security and safety of our nation, each individual has a part to play in their own safety. So the exhibition now brings to light the importance of their participation and what they can do as well to prevent themselves from becoming victims of crime and to help solve and detect and prevent crime. So what we'll be doing there primarily is to be giving information and tips as to how to stay safe, not just because of the carnival, but beyond that as well. But as I said, because of the influx of persons who will be in Kingston and at these different shows, number of persons leaving their homes, the crime prevention unit thought it wise that these times, the carnival times and the Christmas time, will be a good time to remind people, because as you mentioned, it has been going on for a number of years now, to remind people of these tips and to let them know that they are also responsible for their own security and their own safety.
Sergeant Billy also urged the public to remain alert during the festive season by taking precautions, staying aware of their surroundings and reporting suspicious activity to the police.
Well, pretty lasting. Stealing of livestock and produce. Okay. Pickpocket, stealing, burglary. Those are the things you'll see on the rise. And as the Sergeant mentioned, the tendering of counterfeit notes around this time. And of course, there also might be a rise of offenses like wounding and assault bodily harm, given the sheer number of persons who will be in a setting under the influence of alcohol at some time. People jumping on one another, misbehaving in a way, may not always be malicious. And sometimes these things lead to these things.
The Ministry of Health is urging the public to practice safe sex following an increase in HIV/AIDS cases. Chief Health Promotions Officer Shanika John, speaking at a Ministry of Health press conference, said HIV/AIDS remains prevalent among the age 25 to 29 age group, as well as those over 60 years old.
We continue to see an increase in our number of cases. Right now, we're seeing HIV positive cases between age 25 and 29, that is the age group, and 60 years and older, which is predominantly male. Or females are the ones who are still coming forward for testing as they rank higher, but we're still seeing a lot of the males who are showing up positive within that age group. For those younger persons, we do understand that you get creative and that you get innovative with your sex practices, but we're asking you to remember that HIV and AIDS are still possible, and you cannot tell by looking if somebody is HIV positive. And the only way that you can do that is by protecting yourself. Use a condom every time you have sex, especially if it is not your partner, and if you have not tested yourself and your faithful partner.
John also revealed that cases of gastroenteritis are on the rise and is encouraging the public to maintain good hygiene, particularly regular hand washing.
Continue to encourage persons to wash your hands. We're not washing our hands enough because our gastro cases across the different age group is indicating that. Under the age of 5, we're seeing 240 cases for the year, which is way over our threshold. And for the age of 5 and older, which is more the adults, we have 895 cases, which is more than 30% past our threshold for 2025 to date, 2026. That is an indication that our hands that we're eating, touching, mingling with, we're not washing them, and so it is causing us to get sick, vomiting, and diarrhea. I mean, from time to time, we would hear a person say that they're not feeling well. Your hands. We're not encouraging our children to wash their hands enough, and we as adults are not washing our hands.
The Health Promotions Officer further advised persons with hypertension and diabetes not to stop taking their medication during the Carnival season and encouraged everyone to stay hydrated. As the 10-day countdown to Vincy Mas 2026 begins, Vincentians share their views on how they plan to celebrate the festival.
Monday Jam. The Monday Jam, I'm the one who in charge of doing rebellion. Right? So if you guys are coming in and flying in, make sure you come and check us out right over here at FLS Style Boutique to pick up your packages. Monday Jam, it's about the t-shirt wear. So you have the music, the trucks, unlimited drinks, and we're doing the Vincy colors, blue, yellow, and green.
So I know for sure we going, me and you going a show tomorrow. And we also win Elevate. Make sure you get Elevate ticket.
My plan to just hustle and make some money, you know, enjoy the Carnival. The last thing I so me there for Carnival, so I see me could do for this year.
Okay, like what? Like
selling in the bank and selling some stuff over there selling too. I might go soak on money, I might. Yeah. Fireman, I'm my favorite, you know.
I get old now, I left my children and them to do that.
Okay. What are your plans for Carnival?
I don't plan for nothing.
Why?
Yeah, alright. No time for me to go, man. The Jamaican and they jump out that we younger one of them will come up. So I'll have to enjoy myself and, you know.
Today?
Well, I'm actually not planning on doing anything more than go and watch the kiddies Carnival after work tomorrow. Just put Monday Jam and then watch the Carnival Mass on Tuesday, and that will be it.
Yeah, don't forget tomorrow, it's Train Carnival. Tonight, we kick off Carnival with our semi-final Kaiso 22, a very best of the Kaiso there. And later on, the band Touch will entertain you and tell you say when.
Yeah, so Vincy Mas, the baddest and the hottest Caribbean Carnival in the Caribbean. Big up yourself, foreigners. Welcome all the foreigners from all over.
Ministry of Education announces appointment of new Chief Education Officer. This and other stories coming up when we return with more local news. Stay with us.
Welcome to SeaStar.
Welcome to the upgraded SeaStar Limited,
where we offer to almost all your household items.
They've expanded their range to sofas, dining and patio sets, beds and mattresses, wardrobes, kitchen cabinets, office furniture. That's just a few from the luxurious collection. Not forgetting their signature quality windows, doors, rails, and bathroom enclosures. Journey on up to SeaStar, where their friendly sales clerk is happy to assist. SeaStar Limited, where quality meets style.
A funeral service should be one that you can be proud of. One that leaves lasting memories of your loved ones. And that's where you need the New Haven Funeral Home. We are proud of the quality and class we have brought to the industry. We are proud for having trained the very first certified embalmers in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are proud of leading the way in terms of live streaming of funerals online so that your family members overseas could also be part of the celebration of life. We're constantly improving our services. We are driven by customer satisfaction, and we are proud of all that we do.
New Haven Funeral Home. Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
This Friday, June 26th, you can help realize your dreams with a lotto jackpot of $96,000. Your dream vacation, a university degree, that new ride, your new house can all suddenly be within your reach. What a little lotto can do. It's a lotto jackpot of $96,000. This Friday, June 26th. You have to be in it to win it.
Welcome back. The Ministry of Education, Vocational Training, Innovation, Digital Transformation and Information has announced the appointment of a new Chief Education Officer. The ministry says Mavis Finley Joseph assumed the duties of Chief Education Officer today, Friday, June 26, 2026. Finley Joseph has more than 34 years of experience in education in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, having served at the primary, secondary, and tertiary levels, and most recently as a senior education officer. According to the ministry, Finley Joseph's professional career has been marked by commitment, dedication, attention to detail, and vision. Several key initiatives flourished under her leadership, including the Reading Specialist SET program from 2007 to 2010, the Early Learners program, where she served as focal point from 2015 to 2020, and the Peace Corps Eastern Caribbean program from 2014 to 2023. She is currently pursuing a Doctor of Education in Educational Leadership, Systems and Schools. The ministry welcomed Finley Joseph to her new role and wished her a successful tenure. It also expressed gratitude to Deputy Chief Education Officer Joycelyn Blake Brown for her leadership during the transition period. The position of Chief Education Officer was previously held by K. Martin Jack. Prime Minister Honorable Dr. Godwin Friday, in his address at this week's graduation ceremony of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Community College, congratulated the 961 graduates on their accomplishment. Addressing the gathering at Victoria Park, Prime Minister Friday said the graduation theme, Tomorrow's Leaders, Empowered Minds, Limitless Possibilities, was both timely and a powerful reminder of the critical role that education and learning play in developing effective leaders.
What you do will define the choices that you make every day, the exacting standards that you must set for yourself and for others around you, and the courage that you must have to do the right thing when faced with difficult choices. And in doing so, whether there is applause or not, that's for the pure mind. You know, there is information all around us, easily accessible. And information ourselves is not knowledge. An empowered mind that you get to training in schools actually become more discerning, to be able to appreciate what is fact and fiction, what makes sense, and what is nonsense, and there is a lot of nonsense out there. To recognize And I know that it's going to be a dangerous thing. And so therefore we say more and more of it.
The featured speaker at the graduation ceremony was Dr. Andrea Vera, a crop scientist and educator with more than 15 years of experience in agricultural development and education across the Caribbean. Dr. Vera, who currently serves as a lecturer at the University of the West Indies Cave Hill campus, told the SVG-CC graduates that they are now at a turning point in their lives where responsibilities increase and decision-making becomes more significant. Noting that as children of Vincentian soil, resilience is not something that they merely admire, but something they inherit. Dr. Vera said it is a quality that they should carry into higher education, the workplace, their businesses, and every environment where they are called upon to prove themselves. The second stakeholder strategic assessment of the agro-processing sector in St. Vincent and the Grenadines is underway. Deputy Chief Agriculture Officer Carnival King said the meeting is focused on addressing challenges facing the agro-processing industry and developing strategies to boost local production. He noted that a large portion of the country's import bill is made up of agro-processed foods, making the sector's development a national priority.
One of the top priority within this sector, or within this bill, has to do with marketing. A deep focus on marketing. Because we have, over the years, proven that we can produce commodities, but we don't do a very good job at moving them to the market. And so there are vital opportunities that go amiss because we're not doing it well. So there's that opportunity. There's also the opportunity of producing for exports that also generates jobs and income, and of course foreign exchange. And if we do a really good job at replacing imports, value-added imports, with our unique products, then we also save foreign exchange that can then be used in other sectors. And importantly, like in the health sector, where medicines, for example, you require foreign exchange. You don't have to worry about it because you save some money from not purchasing agro-processed products.
King added that a more coordinated approach will improve market access, enhance product development, and increase the competitiveness of locally produced goods.
Okay, so we've been doing a pretty good job. We've emerged from when I joined the ministry several decades ago to what we are, where we are, and the types of products that I've seen emerging. We have come a long way. And most recently, I think we're going head to head on packaging, on labeling. I think we have products that, if you don't read, you may think that they come from overseas, because we have a concept that good-looking things that are from overseas. We have made strides, but I think we can do better. I also want to make a point that our individualism isn't working for us all the time. And there are times that we need to cooperate in order to access markets. The size of markets that we want to access cannot be achieved or cannot be accessed simply by individuals. And I want to draw on the experience of the Banana Association that grouped many small producers, and because of that were able to tackle market worth millions of dollars. We can do it. But I'm just trying to put your mind to some of the areas that we need to look at.
Rescue teams in Venezuela race to find survivors as earthquake death toll climbs. This from the region when we return. Stay with us.
The Ever-Ready Funeral Home at French's is your friend in times of grief. With over 40 years' experience, they are prepared to take care of all your funeral arrangements. Embalming, lowering device service, grave mattresses, carpeting, vaults, tombs and wreaths. Arrangements for television obituaries. Cremation is available upon request. Ever-Ready Funeral Home offers the finest in caskets and coffins, local and imported. So, in your time of need, call Ever-Ready Funeral Home at any time. 456-1494, Ever-Ready Funeral Home, offering service above self.
Quality products, quality care, low prices, great customer service, all at Q-Care Pharmacy. Q-Care leads the way, providing all your pharmaceutical needs, a variety of personal care products, and so much more. Located on Halifax Street. Telephone number 451-2690. Q-Care Pharmacy, where the Q stands for quality.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Beautiful white and black sand beaches, lush mountains and valleys, rivers, hidden waterfalls, and multiple islands and islets. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are a friendly people, welcoming tourists from all over the world with exotic boutique and luxury hotels and a hospitable business environment. Let's make all tourists welcome at our international airport, on cruises, on yachts, on sailboats, on land and sea tours, at beach limes, at our restaurants, shops and bars, and at our national festivals. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Tourism is everyone's business. Live it, love it, embrace it.
It's everyone's business. Yeah. Live it, love it, embrace it.
Welcome back. Rescue teams in Venezuela are searching for survivors after two powerful earthquakes killed over 500 people and left thousands missing. The quakes damaged infrastructure, including the main airport, slowing down aid efforts. The devastation caused by the quakes has compounded Venezuelans' long-running economic crisis, leaving communities struggling to cope with damaged infrastructure and limited resources. We hear more.
In Spanish, you say, it's raining on top of a flood, a way of acknowledging that things have gone from very bad to worse. As tens of thousands of Venezuelans try to cope with the aftermath of 2 devastating earthquakes. 6 months after the Trump administration removed former President Nicolás Maduro, declaring that the U.S. would call the shots under an interim government, little or nothing had changed when the earth started shaking Wednesday night. 73% of Venezuelans are still living under the poverty line. Inflation continues soaring, and the national debt is reportedly $240 billion. But Venezuela's changing political dynamics are noticeable in the current context, says Sebastián Romero, speaking from Caracas.
A few hours ago, Conatel unblocked access to Twitter, now called X, which had been blacked out for years. The government had to wait for a catastrophe to unblock a tool that is so vital.
The U.S. State Department has announced what it calls a swift and integrated government response, including airlifted rescue teams and assistance worth an additional $150 million. In past natural disasters, Venezuela's left-wing government refused help from the U.S., its ideological enemy. The same is true for Argentina and Chile. 40 Chilean urban search and rescue responders were already preparing to leave for Venezuela when we arrived. Chile is one of the most earthquake-prone countries in the world and has wide experience dealing with these disasters.
There are 12 tons of equipment that will be going with these rescue teams. They include cameras and sonar radar to try to locate people who are still trapped under the rubble in Venezuela. What's interesting is that for the first time since January, the Venezuelan government, the interim government, is asking for help from countries like Chile with whom they don't have diplomatic relations, countries that have been long opponents of the regime in that country.
And with much of their country's infrastructure already in shambles before the earthquake, Venezuela needs all the help it can get from former friends and foes.
The international news is coming up next. Stay with us.
Bowman's Pharmacy, why choose us? We have all the prescriptions and over-the-counter medications, personal care products, lowest price guaranteed. Located conveniently next to the Bank of SVG on Grenville Street. Opening hours Monday to Thursday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Email us bowmanspharmacy@yahoo.com. Call us today at 456-2235 or 593-3918. Bowman's Pharmacy, easy to find and ready to serve you.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game. $220,000. That's the Super 6 jackpot for Friday, June 26th. It's $220,000. More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
Singer is your family store. We sell everything you need for your kitchen and more.
TVs, fridges, cookers.
We make your life so easy.
Just come in and see us. A wide range of furniture.
Right here at Singer.
Affordable beds and mattresses.
Right here at Singer. Washing machines to make your laundry clean and fresh. Singer is a family store.
That gives you the best hire purchase deals.
Right here at Singer.
We'll outfit your home.
Right here at Singer. The #1 family store.
It's us with Singer.
Welcome back. On the international scene, scientists are racing to develop a vaccine for the Ebola strain behind the current outbreak, which has no approved vaccine. The Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness Innovations is funding efforts by Moderna and Oxford Vaccine Group. We hear more in this report.
It may look like any other laboratory, but IAVI's Design and Development Lab in the U.S. state of New Jersey may hold the key to unlocking the next Ebola vaccine. It's one of just 3 research organizations to receive funding from the Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness, which was established after the last Ebola outbreak.
It's actually one of the vaccine viruses.
It's the only one that isn't looking to make a profit.
There's a lot of pressure to do it fast, so we're constantly hearing accelerate. How quickly
Scientists like Christopher Parks want to end the current outbreak in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. It's being caused by the rare Bundibugyo strain of the virus. As a nonprofit research organization, IAVI is willing to study diseases major pharmaceutical companies won't, but they rely on donor funding to do so.
That frees us up to really focus on providing vaccines and other products that focus on those individuals that may be located in regions of the world that are not profitable for pharmaceutical companies to really combat.
IAVI's researchers are making the vaccine using what's known as viral vector technology. This uses a virus called VSV, which is harmful to animals like horses, cows, and pigs. Humans do not get sick when infected with VSV, but the virus still triggers our immune system to fight it. So scientists are adding the Bundibugyo strain of Ebola to the VSV in the hope that the same response can help humans to build immunity.
That's the news. Sports is just ahead. But before that, let's take a look at the local weather forecast.
The weather report sponsored by General Hardware.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentions for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Present conditions, partly cloudy and slightly hazy. Winds northeast at 13 kilometers per hour. Temperature 27.6 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 81%. The barometric pressure 1015.8 millibars, 24-hour rainfall trace. Today's maximum temperature 29.8 degrees Celsius. Today's minimum temperature 23.9 degrees Celsius. Sunset 6:34 p.m. and sunrise will be at 5:41 a.m. The forecast, occasionally cloudy with moderate haze and few showers. The synopsis, Atlantic high pressure system is the dominant feature.
The weather report was sponsored by General Hardware.
Since 2012, we have provided reliable, professional dialysis services in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are now proud to offer you new solutions for your health problems. Each new solution is being delivered to you with the same high degree of care and professionalism. We also use the best technology in the delivery of our services. So, does your doctor need a precise view of what's happening inside your body? Let us perform an ultrasound for you. Ladies, if it's your breasts, then choose our mammography service. For all issues related to men and women's health at any stage in your life, our team can perform the necessary investigations to put your mind at ease and recommend solutions for your problems. If it's to see within your chest or check for broken bones and fractures, then use our state-of-the-art U-Arm X-ray service. For you aging men and women, we can now check your bone density, which will reduce any complications that may arise with overall bone health, osteoporosis, or arthritis. Health Solutions will provide answers and results in a timely, accurate manner in the most comfortable environment, while you are taken care of by well-trained and experienced staff. Please call us today at 451-2836 or 434-3170, or visit us online at healthsolutionssvg.com. You can also follow us on Facebook or Instagram. Health Solutions, where we are providing solutions in SVG with care.
Good evening and welcome to the Evening Sports. I'm Triska Campbell. We heard that the final triple-header day of the T20 World Cup begins with Netherlands taking on Pakistan at 10:30 a.m. local time in Manchester, with both sides already out of the semi-final contention and still searching for their first win of the tournament. This match offers one final opportunity to end their campaign on a positive note. The West Indies then face Ireland in Bristol at 2:30 p.m. local time in a match with semi-final implications. A West Indies win will secure a qualification for them, while a loss would mean they need to wait for England to beat New Zealand. In the tournament's final Group 2 fixture, hosts England face defending champions New Zealand at the Oval, while England have qualified by winning 4 in 4 so far. New Zealand's semi-final hopes are no longer entirely in their own hands. Should Ireland beat the West Indies, a win over England would be enough to send them through. And still in cricket, Dhananjaya De Silva's 120 of 168 deliveries formed the centerpiece of Sri Lanka's fighting batting efforts on day one of the Test series against the West Indies. Sri Lanka lost 3 wickets in the first hour, Kemar Roach breaking through in the first over of the game before Alzarri Joseph struck twice in 3 balls in the 10th over. But on a pitch with some assistance for the Quicks, Sri Lanka fought back first through a counter-punching half-century through Danish Chandimal before De Silva imposed himself on the match, scoring briskly through the middle and evening sessions. The innings was largely built upon 3 partnerships that De Silva was a part of: a 68-run stand with Chandimal, a 99-run stand with Sonal Deshia, and a 64-run 7th-wicket stand with Milan. A total of 308, however, was only a competitive first innings total rather than a commanding one. West Indies seamers were menacing in the patches throughout the day, particularly Roach, Alzarri Joseph, and Shima Joseph, who tested the batters whenever they were operating. However, it was the medium pace of Justin Graves that wreaked the most damage in the end. He dismissed De Silva midway through the final session and would claim 2 further tail-end wickets to finish with figures of 3 for 39. Roach, Alzarri, and Shima all claimed 2 wickets apiece. Having bowled Sri Lanka out for 308, the West Indies had 1 over to bat before stumps and survived it without a loss. In football news now, Groups A, B, and C at the 2026 FIFA World Cup are done and dusted, with the qualifiers for the knockout round now confirmed. Here's a look at who's moving forward so far.
In Group A, co-host Mexico made it 3 wins in 3 matches at the 2026 FIFA World Cup to storm into the round of 32 when they defeated Czechia 3-0 at the Mexico City Stadium. Also moving on from the group are the South Africans, following a hard-fought win in Monterrey over South Korea in what was seen as a mini upset. Switzerland tops Group B after beating Canada 2-1 in Vancouver, meaning that the co-hosts will take the 2nd place qualification spot. Also advancing are Bosnia-Herzegovina as one of the best 3rd place finishers. There were no surprises in Group C, with Brazil coming out on top after they got past a spirited Scotland 3-0 at the Miami Stadium. Morocco captured 2nd spot after getting the better of Haiti in a high-scoring affair. That match ending 4-2 in favor of the Africans. The only confirmed 2nd-round matchup at this stage is South Africa versus Canada in Los Angeles on Sunday. Wayne Cunningham, TTT Sport.
DHL Meteors are the 2026 Bank of St. Vincent and the Grenadines National Netball Division 1 knockout champions. On Wednesday night at the Kingstown Netball Center, it was a close game between DHL Meteors and National Properties Netters, which ended in a 40-40 draw at the end of regulation time. The tie, however, was broken in overtime, with Meteors edging out Netters by just one goal, with the final score sitting at 51-50. The winners in the other knockout games were as follows. In the Vitamalt Youth Development Division, Valley Bakers North Leeward Stars. In Division 3, it was Sandhill Netball Team 2. Division 2 knockout champions were Prime Consulting 3J Valley Strikers, and in the male division, Maka Crushers took the knockout championships. That's how we end sports this evening. I'm Triska Campbell. We'll be right back to wrap things up.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentions for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Welcome back. Now for a second look at the headlines. Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force hosts annual Carnival Crime Prevention Exhibition as 10-day countdown to Vincy Mas 2026 begins. Rescue teams in Venezuela race to find survivors as earthquake death toll climbs. Scientists race for a new Ebola vaccine as fears grow with a new outbreak in the DRC. And in sports, ICC Women's T20 World Cup Saturday triple header, West Indies, New Zealand chase semi-final spot. Now for a recap of the weather forecast. Occasionally cloudy with moderate haze and few showers. On behalf of all of us here at SVG-TV, thanks for viewing. I am Twyla Thompson, inviting you to visit our Facebook page for a recap of the news and daily headlines. Also, check out SVG-TV's news in 15 weekdays at 12:45 p.m. Again, thanks for viewing and enjoy the rest of your evening.